Welcome back to the channel. If you are returning, welcome. If you are new here, I am the Blunt Reader, and this is going to be a general reading for the sign of Aquarius for March 2020, or whenever you see this video and the message resonates with you. Please keep in mind that because this is general, it cannot and will not resonate with every single person who is watching this video. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by going to my website at thebluntreader.com. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter, where I post channeled messages as well as pick a card readings at the Blunt Reader. For this reading, we are going to take a look at the general energy surrounding you as well as love. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into this reading. Spirit, what is the energy surrounding the sign of Aquarius for March? We have breakups and makeups. Well, since y'all just getting all the cards, we have wild card, we have healing, money versus love, and follow your heart, and optimism. For some of you, you could definitely be dealing with somebody. It's an off and on situation with breakups and makeups here, but you don't never know with this person. Like, sometimes they could be really good and be the type of partner that you want, and then other times you just like, what the hell is going on? Maybe you're being optimistic. For some of you though, with this person who's a bit of a wild card, I feel like you got to your breaking point with that situation. You were tired of trying to put back the pieces. You have been working on healing, and you're at a point where you're feeling optimistic about your love life. Maybe focused on career a little bit more than love, but still optimistic. For some of you, I also feel like you have been, what I'm hearing is trial and error. So it could be on something that you're doing business wise, and you've been trying different things that maybe haven't quite worked out in the way that you have wanted them to. Same thing with a job or your career. It just feels like you're trying different things, trying to figure out what exactly is going to work. So what is going to fulfill you? What's going to make you happy? What are you actually passionate about? What's going to bring in the clientele? That sort of thing. Like, you're trying to find your niche. Is that how you say it? Y'all know what I'm saying. Like, you're trying to find your lane. And I feel like Spirit is saying, one, follow your heart. Follow what feels right to you, not necessarily what you feel is going to bring the most money, but do what resonates with you. So it could be a particular job that you may not be all that interested in, but the money is good, so you may be considering that, and maybe that has been how you've chosen the jobs that you had or the jobs that you apply for, because you're looking for something that brings stability, but you may not necessarily be thrilled about the work that you have to do, the work environment, whatever the case may be. I feel like Spirit is saying not to follow the money, but to follow your heart, to follow your passion. And not to follow or go after the person that looks good physically, the person that looks good on paper, but the one that, your heart is drawn to. Your intuition too, because look, your heart can be dumb sometimes. Let's just be honest. Follow your heart, follow your intuition. Follow your heart to me means follow your intuition and what your soul is leading you to. What is the general energy surrounding Aquarius? We have the Page of Cups, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. What is the general energy surrounding Aquarius? And we have the Eight of Cups. I definitely feel like this ties into what I just said. But the Wheel of Fortune here in reverse is like you keep doing the same thing. It's like you're doing the same thing but not doing the same thing. When I say you're doing the same thing, it's because you keep going through this process of trial and error. But everything that you're trying, it may be like all things that will give you money, or all things you feel will give you money, bring you more clients, get you more sales. that type of thing, where Spirit is saying, no, what you need to be doing is going after something that you're passionate about, something that makes you happy, something that truly fulfills you. Because that's what you need to be going towards, is wish fulfillment, not necessarily the money. The money will come. But I feel like you've been focused on the wrong thing, or putting your energy into the wrong thing. So for example, and I'll just use myself as an example, if I had a business where I was selling actual products, and so say I have, I don't know, say I have a line of candles, and the candles that I initially started off doing were all things that I felt really good about. Like, it was just something that I wanted to do. It's something that I felt like I was supposed to do. The candles were centered around things that mattered to me. So let's say that the candles that I initially had were like for relaxation, for helping you sleep, for helping you connect to your intuition. Maybe I had some for the chakras to help with meditating and getting your chakras into alignment. And those are all things that I was very passionate about, and that's why I decided to go with it. Not necessarily because I felt like everybody else would like it, but it was just something that I felt good about, and it's what I wanted to do, so that's what I did. But after, trying different things, after promoting, after doing everything that I knew to do, I still wasn't making any sales. So in doing research and being on Instagram, the internet, whatever, looking at other businesses that sell candles, I start to see that maybe there's, candles for, like, massage candles, that you can take the wax and use them to massage somebody. Like, those seem to be doing really well. So now, instead of focusing on the relaxation, connecting with your intuition, the chakras that I was initially interested in, now it's no longer, I'm going to create products that I feel passionate about. Not that I don't have an interest in, candles that you can use to massage people, but that wasn't my initial passion. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it. It wasn't even a thought. It wasn't something I felt led to do until I saw that it was making money, and that is what was selling. So now that's what I want to do. Like, it's that type of situation. It feels like you're not staying true to who you are and doing what truly motivates you, what drives you, what makes you happy, what fulfills you. You may be going towards things that you feel are going to put you in a position that you want to be in, but it's like you can get to that position and stay true to who you are and do the things that fulfill you. You can have both. It just may take a little bit longer with you doing it in the most authentic way for you. It may take longer. That's not a guarantee. It could happen really quickly, but maybe you don't give yourself enough time. So with that money versus love card, it's like being torn between the two. Do I go after what is going to give me the money, or do I go after something that I truly love, enjoy, and makes me happy, even if it doesn't bring me the same level of money that maybe I get over here, or with these products, or with this job, this company, this business? It feels like you may be torn. Please clarify the Eight of Cups. So, what did I say? It feels like you may be torn. Two of Swords. The Knight of Wands. If some Pentacles come out. We have the Three of Cups, the Star. Bottom of the deck. Ace of Pentacles. Because the Knight of Wands for me is all about passion, what drives you, what motivates you, what has you, ready to just go full force, what makes you really utilize your ambition. This is going towards something that really inspires you. The Star is you, Aquarius. This is also about direction, and maybe you feel like you don't have a sense of direction. You don't know which way to go with this Two of Swords, but Spirit is saying follow your heart, aka follow your soul, your intuition, what you feel led to do. What are you passionate about? What are you truly passionate about? If you do that, if you follow the nudges that you feel, then the money will come. the Ace of Pentacles. You'll get the opportunity. But you got to stay true to who you are and what feels right to you, and not necessarily what seems to be working for everybody else. Pay attention to your own lane, your own plate, your own test. What works for that person may not work for you because it's for them. Just like what's for you is for you. Please clarify. Okay. King of Wands. Please clarify the King of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Two of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Also looks like this could be a relationship situation. Maybe this King of Wands person is you or somebody that you're connected to, but it looks like you're cutting your losses and choosing to go in a different direction with this because maybe this person hasn't been very consistent. Maybe they've been deceptive. Maybe they lied about something or a number of things, or maybe you've been deceiving yourself and thinking that things were going to change and they haven't. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Maybe you've been doing a lot of things over and over again and it's time to do something different. Please clarify the Page of Cups. The Chariot. Please clarify the Chariot and the Page of Cups. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Lots of victory and success here, but you got to let go of something. Could be a person, could be your fear, could be a lack mindset that tells you that you're not going to be successful if you do it the way that you need to do it, essentially. Maybe you feel like you don't have the money, the resources, something you need to let go of that's holding you back from this success. Nine of Wands. I feel like it's fear. Maybe you feel like you've been in competition with other people. Like I said, stop looking at what other people are doing. Their blueprint is not yours. Maybe you feel like it's a race. You know, you look on social media and everybody else is doing numbers. Everybody else seems to be buying homes, buying cars, settling down, whatever the case may be, and you feel like you're being left behind. And so there's this rush here with this Knight of Wands, and it's like their timeline is not yours. You'll get there when you need to. Please clarify the Nine of Wands. Queen of Swords. It feels like you really need to come up with a plan. Like I said, with the Star, though, you may feel like you don't really have the direction, but the direction is follow your heart. Follow your soul. Follow what you're passionate about. That's the direction. That's the plan. That's always been the plan. Anybody who has ever been successful, it's a matter of listening to what feels right to you, going after what feels right to you. If you feel like you should go do this, then go do that. There's a reason you feel that way. Please clarify the Queen of Swords, Nine of Swords. But you got to get out of your head. You got to get out of your own way. Like I said, I feel like what's stopping you is fear and uncertainty because you feel like you don't have a sense of direction. The direction is follow your heart. That is the direction. Listen to your intuition. If you don't know, ask. Ask Spirit, God, the universe, whoever you believe in spiritually, to give you some guidance in regards to what you are supposed to be doing. I mean, the answer is probably going to be the same, follow your heart, but, you know, bottom of the deck, we have the Fool, followed by the Nine of Pentacles, abundance. Take a leap of faith. And for you, that leap of faith may be going back to what you initially started doing, what feels right to you. Especially if you've been changing a lot, doing a lot, like you started off doing this, then you was doing that, then you was doing that, then you was doing that, because you were trying to see what was going to help you get money the fastest, get the success the fastest, go back to the drawing board and figure out why you originally started. What was your goal when you started doing whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's a business, whether it's a job, a career, whatever. Maybe for you, your passion is teaching. and that's something that you've always wanted to do, but you feel like teachers don't really make that much money, and you know you want to do something that's going to make money. So you started, I don't know, you wanted to become a nurse, you wanted to become a lawyer, you wanted to become whatever other thing that you wanted to do, because you started chasing the money versus chasing what you're actually passionate about. If you're in a situation like that, go back to what you initially wanted to do, even if it feels like you're not going to make the money. I mean, if you want to be a teacher, there you could teach in a number of different ways. You don't have to technically teach at a school. You could start a business teaching something that you're good at and make good money doing it. So I feel like it's time to go back to the drawing board and figure out what you actually want to do. What is going to make you happy? What is going to fulfill you? Let's see what Spirit has to say about love for you. What messages do you have for Aquarius regarding love for March 2020? That was an ugly shuffle. What messages do you have for the sign of Aquarius regarding love for March 2020? What messages do you have for Aquarius regarding love? The Lovers in reverse. What messages do you have for Aquarius? Page of Wands in reverse. Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Ace of Pentacles. Well, we finally look like we might be getting somewhere positive here. The Sun at the bottom of the deck. Happiness, joy, and fulfillment. The Ace of Pentacles, an opportunity. An opportunity that will provide longevity and stability. It looks like after something may have ended, possibly. I feel like whatever ended over here, and I do feel like it's something, it may not have even been something that ended like recently, but that situation was very toxic. I hear a lot of like yelling. May have been abusive for some of you. Knight of Cups. Please clarify the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. I'm going to take this one. The Fool in reverse. Ten of Cups. Please clarify the Ten of Cups, the Sun, the Six of Pentacles, and Death. We have the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So communication, something happening quickly, some sort of action happening quickly. I do feel like for some of you, you're going to encounter somebody who's very generous. I also feel like there could be, whoever this person is over here with the Lovers in reverse, they may be trying to come back as well. So you may have two people that are kind of wanting your attention. One person is this old person who I feel like may be a little bit toxic. Death being here, it says that this is something that ended. I mean, it could be the same person coming back and there's been change and transformation. We'll see once we get over there to the Lovers, but I do feel like you're going to encounter somebody who is exactly what you want, exactly what you need, more importantly. Somebody who's ready to offer you something, somebody who's ready to settle down and commit. I think it was in Capricorn's video, with the Fool being here, it is about like a new beginning, a new start, but in the upright, it's like the Fool isn't always somebody who wants to commit. So this for me says that this is somebody who wants to commit, especially with the Ace of Pentacles being here. The Ten of Cups too, because it takes time to get to the Ten of Cups. This is somebody who's in it for the long run. They're not just looking for something temporary. I also feel like this is somebody who is wise. So it could be somebody who's older than you, or just somebody who's very mature. But I do feel like they may be older. Not, extremely older, but just older than you. Wiser, mature, established, possibly. I do feel like they're going to be generous, not just with, buying things and whatnot, but like with their time, with their affection, that sort of thing. Please clarify the Page of Wands in reverse. Five of Swords. Please clarify the Five of Swords and the Page of Wands in reverse. King of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords. This is somebody that you could have moved away from. Could be this Lover's person over here, because there was a lot of conflict, but this person may be coming back and wanting to put in effort. And maybe you haven't been talking with this Page of Wands being here in reverse. We have the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck previously, so they may definitely be reaching out. Please clarify the King of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Page of Swords. I don't know. I still feel like, they're putting forth effort, but it may be a little bit too late for you. Like, you're just like, no. But their approach still seems to be off, especially when it comes to communicating. Like, they may start off good, but once they realize that they're not getting anywhere, like, they may resort to their old way of doing things. They could also be spying on you, lurking, trying to keep tabs on you, see what you got going on. Please clarify the Page of Swords. Five of Wands in reverse. Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We got three number fives. Major changes. Death being here. They could be working on it. Maybe it's not, 100% there. They haven't completely figured out how to communicate, how to effectively, be in a relationship. But the Five of Wands in reverse says that you're moving away from this chaotic energy. You're moving away from the arguing, moving away from the conflict. And it could be because you cut this person off as well. Please clarify the Lovers in reverse. We have the Seven of Wands. It definitely feels like y'all were going at it. The Seven of Wands is like somebody defending themselves, standing up for themselves, speaking up for themselves. But, hell, as you can see, it is still like a lot. It's a lot of chaos, a lot of arguing. It's a lot. This could also be this person coming back wanting to fight for the relationship. Please clarify the Seven of Wands and the Lovers in reverse. We have Judgment, the Queen of Swords. Please clarify Judgment and the Queen of Swords. Ace of Cups, Three of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Six of Wands. Yeah, this person is definitely coming back wanting to fight for this relationship, wanting to work together to, continue this relationship, to start over, possibly to keep things going, to resolve whatever the conflict has been between the two of you, because there's definitely been conflict here, without a doubt. For some of you, I still feel like this is two people, especially with the Lovers being here, the Three of Pentacles being here. The Lovers could be a choice between two people. With it being in reverse, you could have already chosen a person, this Queen of Swords, and you've already made up your mind who you want to build with. For others of you, this could be, the energy of just one person. There was a lot of conflict between you two. There could have been an ending where things just have been distant between you. But this person is coming back wanting to put forth effort, wanting to work together, willing to fight for the relationship. And I feel like you're willing to do the same thing, either with this person that you already have history with or this new person. At any rate, I do feel like there is somebody who's very generous, who wants to build, who wants to settle down. Please clarify the Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. The Tower, Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Please clarify the Tower. The High Priestess, the Moon at the bottom of the deck. Please clarify the Tower and the High Priestess. Nine of Swords. For some of you, this Tower situation, I feel like, has already happened with this, the Five of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Lovers in reverse. It's already happened, but it's coming back around in order for you to make a final decision in this situation. But this Nine of Swords is like, you don't know. Like, it's something that's really bothering you. But just like with the general section, it's like you have to listen to your intuition, follow your heart. And again, for me, follow your heart means follow your intuition, because your heart can be dumb sometimes. Emotions and feelings fluctuate all the time. They are not facts. So, when you're in a really good mood and this person is doing all of the right things, yeah, you're going to want to give this a try. But do they turn into this demon that you ultimately have to fight off and you end up in another Tower situation? Please clarify the Nine of Swords. Ace of Swords. The clarity comes because this Nine of Swords definitely says that you're all over the place. You don't really know. The clarity comes. The truth is going to come out. Whatever you need to make this decision, you will have that information as long as you're listening to your intuition. You have 3 of the 4 aces here. The only one that isn't here is the Ace of Wands. It definitely looks like you can start over. Whether or not you want to start over with this person that you have history with or with somebody new is completely up to you. But definitely, if there's somebody new and you've already made up your mind, like you're not going back to this old situation, this new situation looks A1. Please clarify the Nine of Swords and the Ace of Swords. I feel like with this Nine of Swords, Ace of Swords, it's like the Ten of Swords. So, betrayal, rock bottom, what happens after this Tower situation. So there may be a new situation that you are involved in or that will come up for you, but it's like you haven't fully gotten over what happened with this Tower situation with this other person, and it may affect the relationship that you have with this new person, which may create conflict between the two of you, but it feels like it's still something that you can work on. Three of Swords, because somebody still isn't over something that happened. So whether it's a new person or whether it's this person that you already have history with, somebody isn't over something that happened in the past, and it may affect the relationship. But if you can work on this Three of Swords energy, if you can work on healing, my bad for shaking the camera, if you can work on healing what needs to be healed and allow that to be transformed, allow what has ended, what has happened to be buried and laid to rest and move on from it, you can have a good connection with this person. You can have a long and stable and happy relationship. But it feels like somebody still has some, unfinished business from an old situation, an old relationship, something to that extent, with the Three of Swords being here. There's still some healing that needs to be done. So there you have it, Aquarius. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe if you have not. Turn on your post notification bell so that when I post a new video, you are notified. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thebluntreader, and I'll talk to y'all next time.